For nearly 20 years, I spent every Saturday morning fishing on the same peaceful lake. It was quiet, beautiful, and only a few minutes from my cabin. I never imagined a simple fishing trip would start the biggest legal battle of my life. That morning felt different. A golf cart stopped beside the dock, and a woman in a bright pink suit walked toward me holding a clipboard. Before I could even say hello, she demanded I stop fishing immediately. Karen introduced herself as the HOA president. She claimed the lake was under HOA management and informed me that I owed a $550 violation fee for fishing without permission. I calmly asked her to explain why. She pointed toward a brand new sign that read, "Private Fishing Area." I looked closely and realized I had never seen that sign before. Something about the situation didn't seem right. Instead of arguing, I packed my fishing gear and drove home. I wanted facts before opinions. If someone truly owned the lake, the public records would prove it. The next morning, I visited the county recorder's office and requested every document related to the lake. I wasn't looking for an argument. I wanted the truth. If ownership had changed, the paperwork would show it. After nearly an hour of searching, the clerk handed me the certified ownership records. To my surprise, the HOA didn't own the lake at all. It was still privately owned by a retired businessman who lived out of state. That discovery changed everything. If the HOA wasn't the owner, they had no authority to create fishing rules or issue fines. My attorney smiled and told me we had several legal options. My attorney contacted the actual lake owner to verify the information. The retired owner confirmed he had never authorized the HOA to manage the property. He was even considering selling the lake. A few days later, I met the owner at the lake for the first time. We spent hours talking about the property's history and future. Before leaving, he mentioned he was open to a reasonable offer. Over the following week, my attorney negotiated directly with the lake owner. Every discussion remained professional and respectful. We carefully reviewed surveys, shoreline boundaries, and maintenance responsibilities. After several meetings, we reached an agreement. The lake, surrounding shoreline, and private fishing dock would officially become mine. Everything would be transferred through the proper legal process. The county recorded the new deed only a few days later. I became the lawful owner of the lake and its surrounding property. Every detail was completed according to state law. My first decision was revenge. I hired contractors to improve the docks, repair shoreline erosion, and clean several neglected areas around the lake. I wanted the property to be properly maintained. Once the improvements were complete, I installed professionally designed property signs. They clearly explained the lake was privately owned and that access required the owner's permission. A week later, Karen returned with several HOA board members expecting another routine inspection. Instead, they stopped in surprise after reading the new ownership signs near the entrance. Karen questioned the signs and claimed the HOA still controlled lake activities. I politely handed her a certified copy of the recorded deed showing the property's new ownership. Karen carefully read the document while her board members stood silently behind her. The county recording stamp left no room for confusion. The facts spoke for themselves. My attorney explained that the previous fine had no legal basis because the HOA had never owned the lake. We requested that every improper notice be formally withdrawn. The conversation remained respectful throughout. As the sun set over the lake, I cast another fishing line into the calm water. This time, everything was different. I wasn't just enjoying the lake. I was fishing on property that I now legally owned. Karen rushed to county officials, insisting the entire valley belonged to the HOA. She demanded the farmer be removed immediately. The officials calmly asked for one thing: proof of ownership. That single request changed everything. The county database confirmed every acre belonged to the inherited estate. The HOA's claim boundaries appeared nowhere in official records. Silence filled the room. Karen's confidence quickly disappeared. That evening, the HOA board held an emergency meeting. Members blamed one another for ignoring legal documents years earlier. Nobody had expected the real owner to return. Panic replaced arrogance. Their attorney explained the situation honestly. The HOA had no legal ownership of the valley. Remaining there could become an expensive mistake. No one wanted to hear those words. Within days, official notices arrived at every occupied home. Residents finally realized the situation was real. Some immediately contacted lawyers. Others quietly began packing. The case reached court with months of evidence ready. Every survey, deed, and inheritance record was presented. The HOA challenged everything they could. The judge listened carefully. Independent surveyors confirmed the property's exact boundaries. Every measurement matched the original deed. The evidence was impossible to dispute. The courtroom became unusually quiet. The judge ruled entirely in favor of the rightful owner. The HOA had occupied private land without legal authority. Residents were given time to leave peacefully. The courtroom erupted with emotion. Most families accepted the ruling without further conflict. Moving trucks lined the neighborhood streets. The owner treated everyone respectfully during the process. There was no celebration, only closure. After the neighborhood emptied, restoration work began. Unused roads and fences were removed. The valley slowly returned to its natural beauty. The land finally felt whole again. The inherited ranch became a working property once more. Fresh plans replaced years of legal battles. Peace returned to the valley. A new chapter had officially begun. Ownership comes with responsibility, not revenge. Patience, records, and the law solved every problem. Sometimes the strongest response is simply standing your ground. Justice arrived one document at a time. What would you have done in this situation? Would you have fought the HOA or chosen another path? Leave your opinion in the comments below.